So Grail Humphrey, Scott St. Clair, Scott Goldfarb. Off to Morris, jump shot from the right side, no good. Rebound Hetland.
Morris forced that one
already.
Morris tried to force that one.
Dieter Horton, number 21, in for the Indians. Off to Alan Lewis. So Sawyer, Horton, Massey, Hetland. And Hetland looking inside. They really are overstacking on this left side here, inside to Lewis. The big guy just holds the ball up. Nobody can reach it. Way outside. Massey no good. Sawyer knocks it out of bounds. Should be Raider ball. It is.
Well, the zone that Sonora is running against Fullerton right now is giving them a lot of trouble, frustrating them. They're doing a good job defending Lewis, and nobody's got hot outside yet.
Brian Massey 0 for 3. Somebody have to pick up the slack left by the absence of Greg Wilbur. Pro looking for point number 10. Shot no good. A foul inside. Should be on Alan Lewis, fighting through the pick of Grail Humphrey. That's a mismatch.
Definitely. I think Humphrey feels it right now, too. He realized that as soon as he hit the ground.
Second personal foul for Alan Lewis. Fourth team foul for the Indians, so next one will be in a bonus. Moore started off hot, now 2 of 7, but he'll keep putting it up until he can get that touch back. Grail Humphrey, the honorable mention all-league last year, only a junior and a fine player. Son of assistant coach Brian. That shot way outside. David Morris gets it. A three-pointer, 8 points for David. You got to let him shoot.
Well, he's definitely shooting. He's hitting from way outside. He's missed a couple. That hasn't slowed him down. I'm looking for Humphreys to get into that action, too.
Foul inside. Let's see. They're going to call Jeff Crow, 54, reaching, holding across the middle. If so, that'll be the third foul for Jeff, and Paul Beauchamp will have to take him out. It is a foul on Jeff, his third.
Well, that's definitely what Coach Beauchamp doesn't want. Get his big man in trouble and not be able to contain Lewis. Lewis starts running rapid here.
Allen 2 for 2 from the line, does not get the bounce. St. Clair with a rebound for Sonora, off to Grail Humphrey. John Nalbandian in for the Raiders as Crow has those 3 fouls. 7 seconds to go in the quarter. Humphrey, jump shot, should be short. Rebound off to the Indians, and Massey, turnover at the buzzer. I think they're going to say that the buzzer happened at the same time. Let's keep it right here and see what they decide. They say it happened simultaneously at the end of the first quarter. After the first 8 minutes here at Sonora High School, the Raiders surprisingly lead it 18-10 over Fullerton. We'll be back with the second half of action in just a moment.
I saw there was an image.
Scott Goldfarb, Scott St. Clair, his shot left-hander, doesn't get the bounce. Up high with a rebound, junior guard David Sawyer. 4 of 11 in the first quarter for the Indians from the field. Inside to Sanchez, should be an offensive foul, it is. Jerry Sanchez came in for Alan Lewis, lost body control and simply ran over a Raider.
Well, he tried to force it right straight to the hoop, and you can't do it. He's trying to pick up the slack for Lewis being out of there.
Sonora 8 of 17, shooting pretty well. Humphrey from the right side, and let's see what they call here. Offensive foul against Grail Humphrey. How many offensive fouls have we seen so far tonight?
Well, I don't know if they're just aggressive or if the officials are making some bad calls. I'd like to think the kids are aggressive, but then again, sometimes I like to think the officials are terrible.
Good
Not always,
step-in move defensively, though. You give away that baseline, you get hurt, and that time the Indians stepped in, took it away. They trail it by 8. Have to get that shooting going. Bach, the sophomore, can't get the rebound. Sanchez off to Hetland. The senior gets it. Mike Hetland with 6 points. 18-12 now. 6-point deficit for the Fullerton Indians.
Well, Hetland's going to have to go to work now with Lewis out of there and Wilbur and
John Nalbandian, number 40, Morris for 3. David Morris gets another one. Morris, 11 points, his third three-pointer.
He's definitely hot. He lists his activities outside of basketball and school as eating Italian food and sleeping. And believe me, he doesn't look sluggish from eating Italian food, and he doesn't look sleepy out there tonight.
It's tired from shooting all those long-range jumpers, huh? Hetland inside, flopperoo by the Raiders, and a rebound off of the Raiders. No, it's off of Massey, 20, so it'll be Raider ball. They lead it 21-12. A surprising start here.
Well, Mike Hetland got caught in a dribble drive. He was up in the air, had to throw it up, forced a shot. I'm sure he wished he could have that one over.
Head coach Randy Forget had that look of concern in pregame. When you lose 2 of your top 7 people, you know it's got to affect the club. Somebody else has to pick up the slack. So far tonight, that hasn't happened. Inside, posting up is Humphrey. Little dipsy-do shot.
That was an excellent shot by Humphreys. That's something a big man, you'd see a big man inside doing, and the little guard went inside and handled himself quite nicely.
Sawyer outside, no good. A rebound. Number 40, John Nalbandian. 23-12. Steal by Sawyer. Sawyer on the break. Off the left side. Back to Hetland. His shot no good. Rebound Massey. Fights inside. Out of bounds. Should be Raider ball. It is.
Now Fullerton's got to capitalize on when they steal on that. Get the turnover. Take it down and take advantage of it. And they missed out on that.
Action hot and heavy here. Second period of play. 23-12. Surprising lead for the Sonora Raiders, although they played Troy very close. They played close in spots. Morris, no good, hits absolutely nothing. Hetland, breakaway. Off of his leg, they're going to call a foul on Scott St. Clair. Well, I didn't see that one. I thought it went off the leg. But
I think it was a good play defense-wise.
our position here is not the best we've had broadcasting. We've been sent to the North 40 here to do this game.
Well, we're down here by the back door.
Nobody will get in the door illegally. We got the big guy here tonight. Russ Bollinger will step up and say, "You got a ticket, young man?"
I'm checking student IDs too.
There we are, nestled in the corner here. Shot by Hetland is good. We'll do it anywhere. We don't care. Hetland, the 6'2" senior. Tremendous player. Does everything for this Fullerton High School team. He gets the second, 23-14. Hetland 3 of 6. 5 rebounds from the guard position. Not too bad at all.
Excellent. He's a very aggressive player. Good assist.
Steal by Pete Bach. Has to slow it down. Back out to another senior, Brian Massey, number 20. Jerry Sanchez, 14, so they lose a little height when Alan Lewis is out of there. Massey needs to get a bucket. He does from the left side. Right-handed the layup. First 2 points for Brian Massey. And there he is. Paul Beauchamp jump up and says, "Hey, we're losing part of this lead. It's 23-16 now."
Well, Fullerton came up with 6 points unanswered, so I'm sure Beauchamp's going to let him know. Macy took the lane.
Well, Paul Beauchamp is one of the more, let's say, coaches who'll show his emotions on that bench over there. He'll jump up and show his anguish and excitement. We saw the opening game in the tip-off tournament and that really exciting win over Sonora. He was as happy as anybody in the gym.
He sure was. I think that was a win over Buena Park, wasn't it?
Sunny Hills, I believe they
Sunny
beat.
Hills, okay. He, I'm sure right now he's let him know, hey, don't let Macy take baseline on you like that. That's rule number 1 inside there.
Give it away, somebody's going to lose it.
That's right.
There he is in the middle, as we said, 83 CIF champions. Of course, the Samuelsons here, Kramer. 1984, they were second in the CIF, so they've been around a winning program up here in Sonora. And they hope to continue that this year. And of course, the nice thing about this Freeway League, Russ, and we've said it before, no matter where you are, you've got a chance in that tournament. I like that.
I think it makes a lot of fun, and I think something else that this league is experimenting with is the three-pointer, and I think after this year, all the leagues in high school are going to go with it.
Jump shot from the right side. Good by Chris Kramer, his first 2. So Sonora calls the timeout. They get a deuce. They back to a 9-point lead. 4:17 to go. Second period of play. Fullerton switching up now. Dave McIntosh, number 13, in at the guard position. A late comer to the team. All CIF water polo player. Off the block, the sophomore can't hit. Foul inside. Let's see, I believe it's on the Raiders. Could be Grail Humphrey, number 20. If so, that's his third. So the choice between Humphrey and another player is important. It's on David Morris, instead his first. There you see the junior Dave McIntosh. As we said, all CIF water polo player. And as soon as he dried out, he came out for some basketball.
That's an unusual combination, water polo and basketball. But you'd think not, because a lot of times you get some tall guys out for the water polo team, being the goalie. It's good hand-eye coordination.
McIntosh gets the first, looking for the second free throw, doesn't get it. Knocked away, rebound by the Raiders, number 52, Chris Kramer. 3:56 to go, 8-point lead for the Raiders. They've had a fine first half of action. They've scored up in the 70s and 76. Then they fall back down into that 30-40 range. They're hoping to get back up, of course, to those higher points. That's been their problem, scoring points and consistency. Morris, way outside. This one hits absolutely nothing. Rebound out of bounds. It'll be a team rebound. Ball out to Fullerton. Well, you look good on those, and sometimes you look like maybe should have held on to a little longer.
You're right. You especially look bad when you don't hit any glass or net or metal.
25-17. Fullerton trying to cut it to 6. Have not shot too well in these first two periods of play. Hetland, you can tell he's trying to take over. Trying to make up for the loss of his running mate. Hetland, turnover. Rebound off, and Chris Kramer gets it. 3:06 to go, first half of action here at Sonora High School. Lon Brunk and Russ Bollinger for you. Group W bringing Freeway League action to you tonight. Scott Goldfarb, baseline, jump shot, and block. No, foul on Pete Bach. Right in front of us.
Bach's not too happy about it.
Looks like he hit the ball and maybe came off and hit the arm afterwards. That'll send Scott Goldfarb to the line. Goldfarb only a 47% free throw shooter, and he'll get 2 opportunities. Get a good look at the senior. And can't get a bounce, misses that first one. Free throws have been a problem for the Raiders, only shooting 58% as a team, so you're losing a lot of opportunities there. And let's see, we might have a lane violation inside. It is. It is against Sonora, and so they got nothing out of that trip down. 25-17. Sonora on a little bit of a slump here. The Indians trying to get back to within 6.
Well, I think I have my first customers of the night. There's 4 fellas here that are coming in the back door.
They almost got by you there, right?
Yeah. My hombre friend here is letting them out the door. Good work, buddy. Make them pay. This is a heck of a game.
McIntosh baseline to Bach, back out to Sawyer. 19 feet out, it's good. A 2-point shot for David Sawyer, his 4th point. 25-19, and now the Indians are starting to put it together.
Well, this is what they were looking for, an advantage here.
And a foul, no, traveling in outside. Scott Goldfarb, I guess, dragging that pivot foot in the back. 7 turnovers for Sonora Raiders, 5 for Fullerton. The advantage at one time was 5-3, Fullerton over Sonora. Back outside to Dieter Horton. Horton to McIntosh. There's Sawyer again. Sawyer's shot long, no good. Rebound up high, Dieter Horton. Foul from the backside. No, they call traveling. There he is, number 21, 6'2", but he does a great job on the boards. 25-19. Let's see if they go for another bomb by David Morris here.
Well, they're trying to set that play up.
Inside pass, too high, stolen again.
Now they're forcing it. They're getting a little nervous now.
Hetland in the paint, jump shot, gets a nice roll. Mike Hetland, 10 points.
Hetland took it right down the lane.
That's what you call your senior move, 25-21. Mike knows he's got to do it tonight.
He's playing with a lot of tenacity out there. He's the guy. He's trying to make up for Lewis not being in there in Wilbur right now. Along with Bach, Horton, Sawyer, McIntosh. Humphreys is wanting him set it back up. Let's just run what we've been running all game long here. Make it work.
Coach Paul Bosho might be happy if they just don't have a turnover this trip. That's been their fate last couple times down. And let's see, offensive foul against Sonora. One more turnover. That's number 9.
Well, they're playing like they're going to turn it over. They're worried about the turnovers instead of just playing loose and setting it up, running your offense, making the pass.
Well, most coaches will say, at least let's get a shot off, huh? Turnovers just make your hair turn gray. Of course, with Paul, that's not a real problem for him. David Sawyer to the line, looking for points 5 and 6. Met Paul Bosho, not on the basketball court, but in a real court, on a jury together.
Is that right?
Never had met him before, and we started talking basketball and known him ever since.
Well, what was the verdict there, Lon?
The guy was guilty, didn't like basketball.
He's out of here. That guy didn't like hoops. Get him out of here.
Put him away.
That's right.
Lane violation, so David Sawyer.
Get him off the streets.
That was the first question we wanted to know. Sawyer gets a reprieve and gets point number 5, so he earns the bonus. So Sonora not doing well at the offensive end. Now they create a lane violation and give Sawyer another chance. 25-22.
And Fullerton's right back in it.
And Sawyer again with point number 6, 25-23.
And they've done all this with the big men on the bench. So definitely Crow out of there and Lewis out of there. It's evenly matched now. It's the battle of the mid-sized guys.
Well, the Raiders have been stuck on that 25 for a long time in this second period of play. 32 seconds to go.
Now they're starting to yell at each other, too. Panic has set in.
22 seconds to go. Time, and let's see. They're going to call a foul. Backside. Should be on David Sawyer, his first, but that will be a 1+1 opportunity for David Morris. Well, they're going to get a chance at some points here. It's at the free throw line.
Is it a 1+1?
3 minutes and 50 seconds. They have been stuck on this 25 mark, the Sonora Raiders. During that time, they have been outscored.
Well, they've got 20 seconds here to break that deadlock at 25.
6-0 bulge in that time, so David Morris here.
Yeah, they got a decent shooter at the line right now.
59% free throw shooter, and he doesn't get the first. Up high with a rebound. Pete Bach, the sophomore, 16 seconds. 15 and counting. Hetland and the Indians with a chance to tie it up or perhaps go ahead. Hetland one-on-one. Hetland inside. Nice pass to Hoard. Reverse layup. Good. We're tied at 25. 2 seconds. 1 second. That's it for the first half of action.
Well, Fullerton took full advantage. Hetland drove the lane, taking advantage of the clock. Waited till the clock ran down. Dumped it off to Horton. Horton used the rim. Did a reverse layup. Nice play. It's all tied here at 25.
So Sonora goes cold the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the second period. They do not get a point. They kind of give Fullerton a chance to get back into this game. We're tied at halftime. Russ and I will be back with some stats and a whole lot more for you at halftime. We're at Sonora. The score is tied. Group W Sports. We'll be back with halftime and a whole lot more in just a moment.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Bob McLaren's BMW. For the best in sales and service, see Bob McLaren's.
Choosing the right BMW dealer is just as important as selecting your car. A dealer whose large selection and knowledgeable sales professionals assure you of finding the perfect BMW. A dealer who excels in service and customer satisfaction. A dealership like Bob McLaren BMW. Because a high-performance car deserves a high-performance dealer.
To succeed in this high-technology world takes education and training. If you're in school, stay in school. Take the hard subjects, mathematics, physics, the sciences. Work hard and graduate. Then find out what the Air Force has to offer. The Air Force helps prepare young men and women to face the future and succeed. Aim high, Air Force. To succeed in this high-technology world takes education and training. If you're in school, stay in school. Take the hard subjects, mathematics, physics, the sciences. Work hard and graduate. Then find out what the Air Force has to offer. Air Force training and education at the forefront of today's technology. The Air Force helps prepare young men and women to face the future and succeed. Aim high, Air Force.
Back here at halftime, Sonora High School, the Sonora Raiders went cold in 4 minutes and 10 seconds of that second period. We have a tie score, Sonora 25, Fullerton 25. Sonora playing well for a quarter and a half, and then the tail of the collapse for the Sonora Raiders. The wheels came off in that second period of play.
Well, they seemed to fall apart when Crow got in foul trouble early there in the second period. He went down, or I believe it was late in the first period. When he went out, they started pressing. They got out of their game plan. They quit running their offense. And then when Lewis sat down, it seemed like the matchup was the battle of the mid-sized guys, both sides there, and Fullerton started to win that battle. And they got in trouble, and we're forcing, playing that man-to-man on them, and we're forcing Humphreys and Morris to get away from their game plan.
And Sonora just didn't get off enough shots. Too many turnovers in that period.
Well, they were trying to set it up, and too many turnovers, like you said, and then Fullerton started to capitalize on those turnovers, and that just killed them. Got them right back in the game for Fullerton, and Sonora was in big trouble. Now it's 25-25, and I'm sure Coach Beauchot was a little upset there in the locker room, letting the players know, hey, let's get back to square one.
Possibly some paint was peeling. The stats tell a little bit of the story in this first half of play. We're tied at 25. 39% shooting in that first half for the Indians, but they got a lot more opportunities to shoot in the second period, so that's not as indicative as it might be. 48% looks very good for the Raiders, but they only shot 3 of 6 in the second period. They kept turning the ball over. 0 of 5 free throws for the Raiders, and 3 of those were front ends of 1+1, so you don't even get a shot at the second one. 58% for the Indians. Rebounds fairly even. Turnovers really have been the story, particularly that second period.
Definitely. I think when Crow gets back in there for Sonora, if he can stay in the ball game, they'll play him right down to the wire. But if he's sitting out with foul trouble, Lewis has had foul trouble, and we go right back out to what we had in the second period there. I think it's going to be up to Humphreys and Morris to start producing like we had talked earlier about. Start putting up those three-pointers and get that outside shooting going. And Fullerton, with Mike Catlin is playing as well as he is, he's really leading the show out there for Fullerton, along with Bach. If Bach can get in some rebounding power.
And Hetland with 10 points at the guard spot. Sawyer off the stepping in for Greg Wilbur with 6, so he had a good first half of play. It's halftime here at Raider Gymnasium. We have a score of 25-25. We'll be right back with the start of the third period of play here at Sonora High School in just a moment.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury. Come and test drive the new 1987 models at Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury.
I'm Ken Caden, General Manager of Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury, Southern California's largest Lincoln Mercury and Mercor dealership. Did you miss out on last year's tax savings? Well, now's the time to enjoy this New Year's advantage. With your next purchase or lease of any new car, make no monthly payments for 4 months. That's right, no payments for 4 months, like Town Car and Mark 7, only $3.99 a month. New Topaz, only $149 a month. New Sables, only $199 a month. Any new car, no payments for 4 months. See us today, Santa Ana, Lincoln Mercury.
A fine-tuned engine is as important on the road as it is on the track. This is especially true in California, where driving is not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Thanks, Fernando. Smog Check is a vehicle inspection program that helps keep your car in top condition while it works to clean up our air. The program contains important consumer protections, so if you have any questions, please call the California Bureau of Automotive Repair at this number. Join me in supporting Smog Check and keep California on the fast track to clean air.
Back here at Sonora High School, we're tied at 25. Lon Brunk and Russ Bollinger as Group W Sports is bringing you Freeway League action and an exciting first 2 periods of play and a lot of changes going on. Randy Forget making some defensive changes, and you see him here. And as you said, Scott, Goldfarb had only 2 points at the front line. The other guy, Jeff Crow, 4 of 5 in the first period. Doesn't get any playing in the second period because of foul trouble. That spelled some of the downfall for the Raiders.
And then the Fullerton defense really got tough defensive-wise. It was really shoving out those guards for Sonora, keeping them way away from any chance of getting inside, making any plays, forcing any plays, laying off to the big men. And there's the situation, 25-25 as we start the second half here.
And Mike Hetland, the senior guard for Fullerton, taking over responsibility for this team. 4 of 8 shooting in the first 2 periods of play. 5 rebounds in the guard position. That's outstanding.
He's played very well. Come up, he's taken a lot of the load on himself for the injury to Wilbur, and also when Lewis had to sit out the second period.
So we'll start with Sawyer, Bach, Massey, Hetland, and Lewis for Fullerton High School. Jeff Crow, Scott Goldfarb, Grail Humphrey, Chris Kramer, and David Morris for Paul Beauchot. 25-25, we start fresh. Massey, only 2 points in the first half. Back to Sawyer. Sawyer, a good-looking guard. Off the Bach, right side. Baseline shot, no good. A rebound, David Morris. Well, Bach had the shot he wanted. 10 feet away is all.
Missed it. Bach's a very promising sophomore. I really like his leaping ability, rebounding power.
Steal by Massey, and it gets over to David Sawyer. Is Pete Bach the best sophomore you've seen in the league this year?
Definitely, yes.
Marcus Hopkins up in that kind of a class at Sunny Hills. It's a young team, really a young league. It may be a junior league, the entire Freeway League. 25-25. Michael Hetland says, this is a play we're going to run, fellas. I'm the senior. And then he throws it and says he's mad at somebody. He looks at the sophomore and says, you be there.
Yeah, he makes the mistake, and then he shouts at his teammate, Mike, you can't do that. If you're going to run the show out there, be consistent.
Jump shot, pump fake by Morris. Off the end, no good. Rebound up high off the Crow. Hetland goes back to get it. Michael's intense.
He's
he
very
wants
intense.
to win this one.
He reminds me a lot of a quarterback I used to have that would scream and yell at you when he felt you weren't doing the right thing. Of course, we never said anything when he wasn't hitting the receiver.
Good backside pass. Lewis can't get it. The quarterback's name?
You never heard of him.
Yeah, Grail Humphrey.
You never heard of the guy.
Give us the initials. We'll go through
Long time ago. It was a long time ago.
25, 25, 6:25 to go in the third period. Shot blocked by David Sawyer, and let's see, they're going to call a foul on David. Two-shot opportunity. That'll send David Morris to the line. A terrible free throw first half for the Sonora Raiders, 0-5.
That's brutal. That's just strictly concentration. And when you go to the free throw line, you got to concentrate. Sonora had some trouble there in the first half with their concentration.
David 0 of 2 from the stripe, now 0 of 3.
And we're deadlocked here at 25 still, a minute and a half gone, and we can't buy a bucket.
Of course, as a coach, you say this guy can shoot 30-footers and he can't hit from 15 with nobody guarding him.
That's a different story. Everybody in the gym's quiet.
Waiting for you.
8 guys staring at you, leaning over. There you go.
Morris
now
gets 11, 12 points now for David. 26-25, the home team. Sonora Raiders take a 1-point lead. 6:19 to go, third period of play. Lewis and Crow, the big guys back in here. Lewis with a turnaround. Now he's 0 of 4 from the field. Rebound off to the Raiders. So Allen, who's been playing well, 48% shooter from the field, 0 of 4 tonight. 26-25. Crow outside looking for his 5th basket, no good. Rebound off to Chris Kramer. Hustling from that forward spot.
Well, I really feel Sonora, if they're going to get back into this, they're going to have to hit some three-pointers. Oh, they did. Oh, gosh, feel a little like Chick Hearn there, calling it before it happens, huh? No, just kidding.
Good call, Coach. 29-25. Morris now with 15 points. Well, that's true. They're a guard-oriented team. They need David Morris to score hot.
And they also need Humphreys. Humphreys had 16 points last week, or last Monday, against Troy, and he hasn't really done much tonight. He's got to start putting it through the hoop.
Grail with 2 points in the first half. 29-25. Indians miss again. They are 0 of 4 in this half. Turnover again by Sonora to Massey in the middle. Lewis to the left. Knocked away nicely by Grail Humphrey. Humphrey on the break. Baseline to Morris. Jump shot right side. 15-footer is good.
And Morris has caught fire once again.
31-25. Randy Forget says, let's put a stop to this. And now in the first 3 minutes and 11 seconds, Fullerton hasn't scored a point. It's been a game of spurts.
And he calls a very smart timeout indeed. You got to do something when your team gets hits a three-pointer and a two-pointer and a real quick like. You got to do something to slow them down. Hey, mentioned slowing down, folks. Don't forget to check out the 87s at Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury. And if you buy one, you won't make a payment for how many months, Lon?
4.
All right.
F-O-U-R, right?
That's at Santa Lincoln Mercury. Proud to be a sponsor of tonight's high school basketball action. That was Santa Ana Lincoln Mercury, folks. Get one. I got one. Wife drives it, though. She won't let me touch it. I drive the old truck.
You've got the pickup, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to talk about that fake doll you put in the passenger side so you can go on the
yeah, let's have
go on that little lane there where you need two
lane.
people. 31-25, 6-point lead here now for Sonora. So it's been a game of spurts. It was a 9-point spurt in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds of that second period. And now as we go into 3 minutes and 11 seconds of the third, it's been a 6-0 spurt. Morris has really been the contributor. He has 6 points, all of the points in the second half.
Well, he has the hot hand. He's the one that got him that 6 points, and I look to see Sonora having Coach Beauchot making sure they set the offense up for Morris.
So the Indians call a timeout. Let's see if they can get a bucket. They trail by 6. The senior Hetland jump shot can't get the roll. Knocked away nicely by Brian Massey. So all of a sudden, the Indians have gone stone cold. Nice play, David Sawyer. Jackknifes in for 2.
Excellent drive. Went right in on Crow. He knows Crow's got 3 fouls. Crow looked a little hesitant.
Goldfarb to Crow. He likes that shot right there. Too long. No good. Rebound off to Brian Massey. Massey not scoring much, only with 2, but doing a yeoman's duty on the boards. Bach, the sophomore. Trying to get it inside to Lewis. They do at the paint. Baseline fumbled away, and there's Bach again. 31-27, and a foul inside. Should be offensive foul is against Brian Massey. You can't stick those hands out when you go to set a screen.
Well, it looked like he was blocking football-wise. He was throwing his arms up like that. Got caught in the act.
I think they teach that when you come around the end and take care of the corner or safety, right?
That's right. Looked like a pulling guard. He's got to set himself, too. When you set a screen, you can't be a moving screen. He'll hear about that from Coach Forget.
31-27 the Raiders. They lead it by 4 here, third period of play. So they've settled down. Whatever Paul Beauchot said worked a little bit, but another turnover. That's been the bugaboo for him tonight. They have 12 of them. Bach to Lewis. Looks at that outside shot, decides not to take it. There's the sophomore. Jump shot, rims around, no good. Rebound, left hand Lewis. It won't go. Off of David Morris. Should be Indian ball it is. Morris, not tall, 5'11", but he's in there among the big guys.
He'll muscle up. He likes to get inside. He can only do as well as he can. He's shooting so well tonight. Now he's showing us his rebounding ability.
Alan Lewis, 0 for 5, having a terrible night from the field. Nice pass inside to senior Hetland. Jackknives, puts it down. Mike with 12.
Nice play by Hetland.
31-29, the Indians come crawling back. Glad you're along with us in this 8th game of the Freeway League season, 1987. We've got another good one for you. 2-point lead for the Raiders. There's Jeff Crow, and he's kind of added some stability to that Raider team. Humphrey from the right side, no good, up high. Alan Lewis for the rebound.
Humphrey's got to hit that shot.
Baseline, Massey, should be a blocking call. It is on Grail Humphrey. I've got him for 3 fouls on Grail. Well, again, the baseline was given up, and by the time he slid down to close it off, it was too late.
He gave it up early to Macy, and then he tried to correct it and got the foul.
2:28 to go, and Dave McIntosh, number 13, back in for the Indians. Sawyer comes out. 31-29, the Indians with a chance to tie it this trip down. Looking inside to Lewis. There's Hetland. He's been driving all night long. Shot. Rims around. No good. Off to Scott Goldfarb.
Mike forced that one. He's got to slow down a little bit. Start passing it off. He can't take all the responsibility on his own shoulders.
Goldfarb to Kroll. That shot from the left side of the free throw line has been standing there most of the night and taking it. This time Kramer, inside pass to Goldfarb. His shot, two-hander is up and in.
Nice play by Goldfarb. He's got to continue to play inside like that. Help Crow out because he's got 3 fouls.
4 points for Scott. That looked like that old two-hand set shot. Red, what's his name, used to shoot for the Washington Nationals. Used to play the Globetrotters all the time.
That was before my day there, Lon. I don't remember those.
You saw it on television, right?
Okay.
Reruns. 33-29, a 4-point lead. Lewis to Massey.
I never made a bucket through a peach basket in my life.
33-29. And a foul inside. Let's see if it's on Goldfarb or on Crow. I think it's on number 34, Scott Goldfarb, his second. Well, Sonora would rather have it on Goldfarb, his second, instead of Crow, his fourth. And you see head coach Paul Boshow saying, let's take a time out here and talk this thing over. 33-29. Both coaches have made some subtle changes here. And this third period of play has been kind of an up and down affair. Well, Russ,
you
get another chance.
Okay.
Tell me what the funniest show on television is.
I got it figured out. I've been staying up late thinking about this really hard. How about Joan Rivers' show?
Joan Rivers' show.
Yeah.
You stayed up late for that?
Yeah. That's real late for me.
Johnny wasn't on, huh?
No. Johnny's getting old.
No, hold it now. It's After Hours with zany host Mike Pierce. After Hours is a lot like shows from the golden age of television when you were just a young baby there, Russ. Done live before a studio audience and featuring top new comedy talent. So come down and join the fun by being part of our studio audience. Or you can watch at home Wednesdays at 9 and Fridays at 6 right here on KNOC, Channel 31.
Check it out. It's a great show. Mike does an excellent job. He's had me on there as a guest, and I kind of bored the place up a little bit.
Off week, huh?
Yeah, had a bad day.
33-29, 1:17 to go, third period of play.
Thanks, Mike.
Randy Ford Jet sees his team trailing by 4. They're at the top of the Freeway League with Troy. They need a victory tonight to stay there. Bach, shot, no good. Hetland, rebound, no good. Off of Lewis, should be Raider ball. Is nice call by the official. That time, Bud Andes.
And the crowd doesn't like that one.
It's a good call, though. He went over the top right in front of us here, right?
Macy gave him the nod. He said, yeah, you were right. Yeah, he went over the top on that.
So the Indians are taking their turn at going stone cold. They have the open shots, are just not putting them down. 1:03 to go. Shot from the left side, no good. Rebound off to McIntosh, the junior. There's Hetland again. Hetland's shot is blocked. He gets it back. Mike up one more time off the glass. There's Lewis. Rebound. He's fouled. It counts.
That brings the Fullerton players off the bench. They're excited about that one. Lewis got aggressive. Hetland took a couple shots he shouldn't have took. Got lucky and got his own rebound. Lewis got in on the action. Made a nice bucket and drew the foul.
Just
right back
barely crawled over the rim, huh? 4 points for Alan Lewis, looking for number 5, and pull the Indians to within 1. No good. Rebound off the box. Box jump shot is good.
Ties it up.
So the rebound basket, we're tied at 33. Seesaw affair here at Raider Gymnasium. There's Crow, the shot he likes. No good, but a foul inside. It'll be on the Indians, number 13, Gabe McIntosh.
I like McIntosh's style play. He's spunky, he's tough, he's aggressive.
Well, he's used to fighting in that water all the time. This is nice. You don't drown if you stop moving your feet.
I don't think people realize how physical water polo can get. When you're under the water like that, you can't see half the things going on.
Way outside. Morris for 3. No good. Rebound Lewis. Good position underneath. Indians with a chance with 19 seconds to go to take the lead at the end of 3. We're tied at 25, and now we're tied at 33. 12 seconds to go. Hetland with 10. Mike, baseline, back outside. Is it a turnover? Lewis gets the foul, his fourth with 6 seconds to go.
Dumb foul on Lewis. I say that because it's not me. He didn't know anybody was behind him. He went for the ball, was being aggressive, and draws a foul.
And I don't think he was expecting the pass. Mike Hetland probably should have put that shot up. Lewis will have to take a seat. Dieter Horton, 21, comes in. So with 6 seconds to go, Sonora gets the chance to take the lead here after 3. Well, you don't get a shot off, and you get a foul on your big guy for 4. That's a tough way to go.
Very tough. Sure, Mike Hetland would like to have that pass back. They just got to slow down. Fullerton's pressing a little bit, a lot like Sonora did in that second period.
2 seconds, 1 second. Humphrey's shot, no good. It would have counted. So after 3 complete here at Sonora High School, we were tied at 25 at the half. We're tied at 33 at the end of 3. We'll be back with the 4th quarter in just a moment.
I sat in my apartment and turned on the gas. I was crazy from cocaine. I couldn't live without it. That wasn't me. It was somebody else. When I saw cocaine was more important than me, I woke up. Now I'm slapping myself with reality to stay strong. I'll be struggling for the rest of my life. Anyone tells you cocaine's not addictive, they lie.
Call 1-800-662-HELP.
Back here at Raider Gymnasium, 33-33, and we'd like to remind you this cablecast is being brought to you by Group W Cable. Any duplication or retransmission of this program for commercial purposes without the written permission of Group W Cable Incorporated is prohibited. We're tied at 33. We just beginning here the 4th period of play. That was a nice seesaw affair in the 3rd period of play. Sonora came out playing very well. Got a 6-point lead, scratching and fighting, and we're tied again at 33.
It resembled the second period. Now you got Lewis is out. He's in trouble. So that's going to match Bach up on Crow. That should be an interesting matchup.
Sonora will get the ball first. Now, the Sonora team was outscored 19-1 the last time these two teams played in that 4th period.
That's true, and I don't know if that's going to happen again tonight.
Crow was hot in the beginning, 4 of 5, and now he can't buy anything but knocked out of bounds by the Indians.
Well, as big as he is now with Lewis out of there, he's got to stay underneath. Start taking those shots underneath. Get the 2nd and 3rd shot.
Jeff has really been more of a perimeter player. Now 0 of 4 shooting in the 3rd and 4th periods of play. Just underway here. 7:39 to go. Humphrey and Morris thinks about it. Jump shot off the dribble, no good. Rebound inside position nicely by Pete Bach. And a foul, silly foul by Chris Kramer.
Well, Chris was a little frustrated after that shot. He wanted that ball back. Made the stupid foul.
Well, you want to be aggressive, but you got to be in the right spot, I guess.
Smart aggressive, I think you call it.
There you see the brain trust for the Sonora Raiders. Sonora trying to pull the upset off tonight. 33-33 with 7:21 to go. Hetland, Bach, Sawyer, Lewis, and Massey. So that's the starting five. Turnover. Nice play by Morris. Breakaway. Morris' shot is good. He's fouled. Nice play by David Morris. The steal and the bucket. Now 7 of 17, 41% shooting tonight. A lot of those from long distance. Massey with the foul.
Well, Morris has brought this crowd here, a Sonora crowd, to its feet more than once tonight. Nice steal and drive. Drew the foul. 3-point play.
20 points for David Morris. 3-point lead for the Raiders. 7:09 to go. Well, he was just sitting back waiting for that cross-court pass. Morris with good quickness at 5'11".
Fullerton's got to work the ball around, get the open shot like that. But you got to hit it, get the second rebound. Nice play by Macy.
Beautiful inside play by Brian Massey, his 4th point of the night.
And that kind of work's going to keep both these teams in the game. You got to do things like that. That's good basketball.
When the shots aren't falling, you got to get the rebound and that easy bucket back, and that's what they did that time. 36-35. There is again from that left side. This one again is short by Jeff Crow. 0 of 5 now and knocked out of bounds by David Morris. Boy, he hustles every place, defensively and offensively, both ends of the floor.
It looks like he sprained his ankle on that. He's limping a little bit. I'm sure he'll shake it off.
I don't think he wants to come out, though, huh?
No, I don't think so. He wants the ball, that 3-point range. Now, both these teams are tired. You got to remember, Lon. So it's going to come down to endurance, too, with this close of a ball game. You know, if you get caught asleep and didn't get back on defense after a shot.
Inside foul. Should be on Scott Goldfarb, trying to hold up Alan Lewis. Going across the lane, Scott with 3. And, of course, the Indians with 2 of their top 7 players out tonight in Lance Harrell and Greg Wilbur. So that cuts into their depth a little bit, too.
Sure does. I think Sonora is capitalizing on that, too. I believe that's why they're in the ball game. They knew that going in, had the advantage. They've played tough the whole game here.
Lewis with a 1+1 opportunity, doesn't get it. There's Hetland again for the rebound. Mike with a little jump shot. Lewis, a great rebound, he puts it in.
Now, Fullerton's definitely beating him on the boards. Second and third shots. Hetland and Lewis.
That's a second basket off the missed free throw. Shot outside. Jeff Crow hits it. He has 10. 38-37 Sonora.
Now if Crow gets hot, we definitely have a barn burner on our hands.
Crow now 5 of 11 after a 4 of 5 start. 5:33 to go. Fullerton looking for that cross-court pass. Seniors on this team. Brian Massey, steal by Morris, out of bounds, knocked off of David Sawyer. That'll be Raider ball. Nice play by David Morris.
Sawyer's not happy about it.
Good call, though. Looked like it went off his leg.
Good call. Don't get a technical here, David.
I don't know. You've been kind of nice to the officials tonight, right?
Hey, they're doing a good job.
Steve Age and Bud Andys.
I like these guys. Kept the game close.
Crow again from the same spot. He's got a little X right there, and he hits it. 40-37. Jeff Crow back on the mark.
Well, Sonora's setting it up so Lewis gets screened off of Crow, so he gets that shot.
Inside, good position for Alan Lewis. That's almost automatic, and there's a foul called. Might be on Massey after the shot, a push-off. Basket should count, though. It does. 8 points for Allen. 40-39, a foul on Brian Massey, and that will be his 4th. Brian fighting for that inside position on the rebound.
He's played well all night. Played real hard, aggressive. Good, strong player.
Grail Humphreys will go to the line with a 1+1 opportunity down at the other end. 40-39. Sonora with a tenuous 1-point lead. And there you see the fine junior guard. Honorable mention all-league last year, and he does not get their first one. Goldfarb rebound. Goldfarb tip again. Sonora tips it around. Picked up again. There's Goldfarb. He kept it alive about 3 times. Morris, baseline, left side. Oh! Blocking call against Alan Lewis. That is his 5th.
I'm sure that Randy Forget is a little worried about that. Now, it seemed to me Lewis was stationary, and Morris more or less just ran into him charging foul, I thought. Of course, we haven't knocked the officials all night long. Might as well start now, huh? Come on, you knuckleheads.
Randy Forget takes it calmly, though, calls a timeout, has to get Alan Lewis out. Obviously, his 5th foul takes him out, so he's got to do some thinking. Morris will be at the line. 40-39, Sonora has a 1-point lead.
Hey, folks, just remember, Group W Cable is proud to be bringing you this exciting high school basketball action. Don't miss next week's game at the Fullerton Indians take on the Sunny Hills Lancers. You can see the game Saturday, January 31st at 4 p.m. and again Tuesday, February 4th at 7 p.m. Remember, for the best in high school sports, keep your eye on Group W Cable Sports.
This one's still undecided here at Sonora High School, 40-39. We should see David Morris at the line, and we'll see if they gave him 2 or a 1+1 opportunity. That's a tough call either way, and of course you hear it all the time, that charge block call, maybe the toughest call to make.
Tough call. It's got everybody on the edge of their seat right now. This is going to get down to the wire. And, you know, Fullerton last time beat them by a big margin, outscored them 19-1 in the 4th period. A little different this time. Now they're playing out without Alan Lewis and Wilbur.
And Lance Harrell.
And Lance Harrell. So that's 3 fellas that aren't playing right now.
Morris to the line. They gave him 2 shots. I'm a little bit surprised by that. Thought it would be 1+1, but he gets 2. He's 3 of 5 from the stripe tonight, looking for 4 of 6, and gets it. 21 points for the senior guard.
He's had a good night all night long.
He's got to be on somebody's all-league team this year, we would think.
Sure does.
Looking for point number 22 and gets that one. 3-point lead for the Raiders. 4:41 to go. Plenty of time. 4th quarter action. Sawyer has the jump shot. Now the Bach. Sophomore short again. He's been short most of the night. Rebound off to the Raiders. Grail Humphrey. And right now they may just want to set up and get a nice little shot off.
And they're looking for Crow right there. There's his shot.
Same shot all night long. Does not get the bounce. It goes off the back. Rebound to Mike Hetland. I thought it was going to come back with some rain and fall through.
I think we all did. Now here's Hetland. He's been forcing it.
Massey with 4 fouls takes a jump shot. No good. A rebound off to Chris Kramer. And a foul backside should be on Mike Hetland. It is his 2nd. That'll send the Raiders to the line. Chris Kramer will be there shooting 1+1.
Settle down, Mike. We need you out there.
Fullerton has really gone cold from the field in this 4th period.
Nobody's got hot here in the 4th period. You're looking for someone to step forward now that Lewis is on the bench and start getting hot from the outside. It's tough to get inside with those bigger fellows on Sonora inside.
Chris with the front end, misses it, knocked away by Hetland, and it's out of bounds to Sonora Raiders. So now they're getting the 2nd chance off the missed free throw.
They definitely have the advantage with Lewis out of there and Crow still in there.
Morris will trigger it in, out to Grail Humphrey. 3:55 to go. 3-point lead for the Sonora Raiders.
Bach's got all he can handle with Crow. He's doing a good job.
Morris from the right side, no good, but he is fouled. Looks like David Sawyer will get number 3. Well, if you get it to David Sawyer, he's going to, or excuse me, David Morris, he's going to get a shot off somehow.
He sure is, and it's you can't make the dumb foul, especially on a guy like Morris.
And timeout. Fullerton wants to talk it over. They trail by 3, and Coach Randy Forget may have to make some changes here to get somebody in that can bury that jump shot. They've been getting the open shot, Russ. They just haven't been able to put it down. Morris with 22 points. He'll be back at the line when we return. 3:42 to go in the game here at Sonora High School. Well, Alan Lewis is out of there, so the Indians with not much board play on the inside now.
It's going to make it difficult for Fullerton to stay in this ballgame without Allen in there, especially if they start going inside the Crow. We haven't seen him inside all night. I look for Coach Bouchot, maybe say, come on, stay inside, Crow. Let's start taking advantage of that height.
Well, I guess if he keeps burying that 15-footer, they'll let him shoot for a while.
That's true.
3:42 to go in the game. The Indians need to change the tempo here a little bit. I think they want to pick it up and maybe get somebody can just bury that open shot and maybe get it to that player a couple times in a row.
Well, I have to believe that's Mike Hetland, and he's the key guy right now. He's the one that's been hot all night. He's been taking charge out there, so I look for him to be the difference for Fullerton in his last 4 minutes.
The Indians with a small lineup now as Morris looks for the first free throw and misses it, so the Raiders fail to cash in at the line. Really have 3 guards now in Hetland, McIntosh, and Sawyer. Massey and Bach up front. The second one is good. 43-39, and the Raiders come off with a little bit of a passive press this time. 23 points for David Morris. Hetland, there's your man right there, Russ. He goes into the paint. Back outside, Massey's had trouble. There's Hetland, baseline, his shot no good. Rebound off, there's McIntosh. David inside, his shot no good. Rebound off again. Hetland, did he travel or was he fouled? Michael is mad, and it could be on Goldfarb. Well, number 4.
The smaller teams controlling the boards there. They were getting second and third shots. McIntosh came up with a big rebound, went back to the hoop. Hetland came back to hoop twice after following his own shot.
Mike with 12 points in the game, but silent in his 4th period of play, looking for his first points. Michael with 9 rebounds in the game, and that's from a guard. Hetland gets the first, earns the bonus. 43-40. You can tell he thinks it's his responsibility tonight, can't you?
He's taking charge now.
And the next one is good. 14 points for Michael Hetland, leading rebounder in the game. Leading point scorer for the Indians. They trail by 2, 43-41. .308 to go. Morris, there he is. The jump shot he likes, doesn't get it. Push off by Crow, and he got away with it. Inside, he tips it back out to Grail Humphrey.
Now they got to take their time and get the open shot. Get the ball to Crow or Morris. Don't force that shot.
And knocked out of bounds. Should be off of Goldfarb. It'll be Indian ball. Morris with an inadvertent pass inside to Scott Goldfarb.
It was a bad pass, and Goldfarb actually did the only thing he could do. Try and knock it out of bounds, hoping somebody was standing there to retrieve the ball, but there wasn't.
Sonora's been taking care of the ball well. The first turnover in the 4th period of play. 43-41. The Indians with a chance to tie it up this trip down. McIntosh looks outside, now gives it to Sawyer. 2:31 to go in the game. 2-point lead for the Raiders. Good defense by the Raiders, really pushing the offense out. McIntosh outside. Sawyer with a rebound. David gets a shot. He's fouled.
Sawyer's back in the action now. Those are the 3 guards. We saw him handle the ball. Hetland, McIntosh, and Sawyer. They're controlling the tempo out there right now. Goldfarb and Crow has got to start hitting that boards on the defensive end.
Sawyer also silent in his 4th period. He's looking for point number 9 and gets it. 43-42. You knew it had to be close, huh?
Chance to tie it right here.
There's the junior with a chance to tie it, and he does. 10 points for David. 43-43, 2:17 to go. A nail biter here at Raider Gymnasium. Ball thrown away. Hetland saves it. Michael has to do a little dribble, goes down, said, let's slow it down, let me set it up. We're tied at 43. Indians with a chance to break up by 2. Outside, way outside, Sawyer's good.
Puts Fullerton up by 2.
Timeout Sonora. 1:47 to go. The Indians take a 2-point lead. 45-43, the last 4 points by David Sawyer.
Nice play by Sawyer. I think this is the first time Fullerton's had the lead here in the second half.
2 turnovers the last couple times down for Sonora, converted into 4 points. They were taking care of the ball very well. Now it's down to crunch time. They've had a couple of turnovers. The Indians have converted 2 points.
2 straight bad passes for Sonora. Gives Fullerton a chance to get right back into the game, and now they're leading. I'm sure Coach Beauchamp said, look, get back to the old bounce pass. Quit trying to force the ball in. Get back to fundamentals.
Shooting nothing but a layup.
Primarily Sonora, a perimeter team. See if we can pick up Randy Forget.
You don't release the ball on the pass unless the guy is wide open, because if the guy is backcutting, you have to read that. Good position defense. Talk and communicate. Now they may try and set
from the coach's mouth to your ears, huh?
Talking fundamentals.
Right
making
there.
Sure the pass. Making sure you're passing the ball in an open man. Make sure he's not backing up when you throw the ball to him. They've had a few of those. Get position on defense is what he's saying. He's talking sound basketball. He's got the lead here. He wants to make sure everything goes right. Sometimes you get a little jittery down to the 2 minutes here. Close ball game like that, you forget the fundamentals.
The Indians 6-1 on the season, tied in the Freeway League lead with Troy. They have a 45-43 lead, and Sonora with the ball. 1:43 to go. Let's see who takes the shot for the Raiders. They post up Morris inside. Crow is right where he's been getting that shot all night long.
Box all over him.
David Sawyer after David Morris, chasing him all over the court. 1:28 to go. Baseline, McIntosh to Humphrey, left side, no good. Rebound knocked away. Foul should be on Scott Goldfarb. If it is, that will be his 5th. We will go to the other end. Massey, Brian Massey should get the 1+1. Humphrey had the wide open jump shot baseline.
Well, he's got to make that shot. He's been a little cold all night long. Monday night he had 16 points. He's been cold, awfully cold tonight.
Tonight 2 points, 1 of 7 for Grail, so it has been an off shooting night. Massey with a chance to extend the Indian lead. He has 4 points on the evening. 0 of 2 from the free throw line for the senior. Shooting 58%, and this is a big one. It's short. Rebound off to the Indians. 3rd time in a row they've got the rebound off the missed free throw.
You've got to get that ball. You've got possession. You got an extra guy on the line there. 2 extra guys.
There's Massey with a make-up shot. No good. Rebound off to Morris. 1:07 to go. 45-43 the Indians with a 2-point lead. The Indians had a chance to open it up there.
Sonora's got to work the ball, get the open shot.
Morris being hawked by David Sawyer. Sawyer won't even let him touch the basketball right now. 46 seconds to go. Humphrey, there's Morris. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound off to Dave McIntosh. 38 seconds to go.
Now Sonora might have to end up fouling to get the ball back.
32 seconds to go and a foul call. Hetland will go to the line. Chris Kramer with the foul.
Well, Morris had the shot that could have tied it up, unless it was at the 3-point range. We couldn't tell from this, and it was at the 3-point range.
He is 1 of 6 in this 4th period of play. 31 seconds to go. The senior, Mike Hetland, 14 points. Looking for some icing on the cake, perhaps. This one is good. A 70% free throw shooter. A 3-point lead, and this one may put this one away. Off of the Indians and out of bounds. Hetland goes flying over the Indian bench. got 30 seconds and a three-point lead. Here's that three-point shot. Huh?
They're going to call timeout, make sure they get the ball to Morris.
Timeout. 30 seconds to go. 46-43. The Indians with a three-point lead, and Michael Hetland looks like he maybe shot that second free throw a little quickly, huh?
A little too quickly, but you got to give him credit. He got that first one. He's the guy that's taking control out there for Fullerton. And there for a while, he was getting a little out of hand, pressing the ball, making some bad passes. Regained his composure and brought his team right back. So here we are. They're up by 3. Now, I'm sure Sonora is going to get the ball out of bounds, find a way to get Morris to that three-point range, and hit that three-pointer, tie it up, go into overtime. And then we got a real barn burner on our hands. We're talking fun.
David Sawyer defensing David Morris, so that's been a good matchup in this last 4 or 5 minutes.
Sawyer.
That's been a rabbit and the dog chase almost.
He's been all over Morris, doing an excellent job at defense.
30 seconds to go, three-point lead for the Indians. There have been 4 ties and 7 lead changes in this game, so Rick Lockwood says, yeah, we've had a good one. There we are. We're stuck here in the corner, but we're having a good time. Glad you're with us here on Group W Cable.
Definitely 4 ties and 7 lead changes. I'd have to say you better tune in for this one at least a couple times.
30 seconds to go, 46-43, the Indians. Randy Forget maybe saying, let's really defend that three-point shot. If we're going to give up something, let's give up something inside.
And I'm sure he's telling them, hey, fellas, don't foul, please. Do everything possible not to give the guy an extra chance. If he goes up to the two-pointer and you foul him, you give him a chance for the three-pointer.
Chris Kramer will trigger it in. The Indians come back with a full-court press, trying to get the Raiders to use a little bit of that clock with 28 seconds to go, and here we go. There's Humphrey. Morris being chased by Sawyer. Morris at the three-point line. Goes baseline. Covered up by Massey. Shot. Short. No good. Off. Knocked away. Picked up by St. Clair. Tied up. McIntosh gets it. But what happens is we have a traveling call against Dave McIntosh with 12 seconds to go.
Sonora still has that chance. They'll call timeout. Good decision by Coach Bosho.
Well, excuse me, my voice is breaking here. Let me loosen this tie a little bit here. The Indians had a chance one more time to solve it away, perhaps, at least get to the free throw line down at the other end, but the turnover, not a bad play. McIntosh fighting for the basketball.
Well, McIntosh has been playing aggressive all night, and he did the right thing. They almost had that ball. Could have had the game on that one. Now gives Sonora a second chance here. This could go right down the wire once again. Everybody's sitting on the edge of their seat.
And we're still guarding the door.
And there you see Coach Bosho saying, work the ball, get the ball to Morris. Morris has been 7 of 22 for 32%.
But you still got to get it to him, don't you?
That's right, because he's hit two or three three-pointers tonight.
All right, there's the story. 12 seconds to go, 43 for the home team. That's the Raiders. 46 for the first place visitors, the Fullerton Indians. They're trying to go to 7-1 and keep at least a share of that Freeway League title. And I'll tell you what, if they get that home court advantage in that little Fullerton High School gym, that's going to be a great advantage for them.
Make them tough to beat. Troy will be in big trouble.
12 seconds to go. Trigger man will be Chris Kramer. Crow, St. Clair, Morris, and Humphrey with 11. Hetland on him. Humphrey at the three-point line. One-on-one, they clear out. Humphrey, three-pointer, looks like it's off to the left. Rebound, knocked away, picked up by the Indians. That's it, all over. The Indians take a three-point victory, 46-43.
Oh, it makes it awful tough for Sonora to lose one like that. They were so close. You got to give credit to Fullerton. They did the impossible. They won without Lewis in there at the end. They won without Wilbur, and they won without Harrell. You got to give credit to those guys.
A great battle by the Sonora Raiders, but they come up 3 points short. They lose it, 46-43. Russ and I will be back with the post-game show. Wrap this whole thing up. It's been a great game, and maybe we can get head coach Randy Forget of the Fullerton Indians. We'll be back with a post-game show. The final score here from Sonora. The Indians do it. They stay at the top of the Freeway League, 46-43.
I'm Ken Caden.